Everybody thinks that they understand who Cynthia McKinney is. But if you dive a little bit deeper, you'll actually know that she is a Islamist. That's not a joke. So on 9/11, while everybody was preoccupied with the catastrophe of the World Trade Centers, Cynthia McKinney was busy collecting money for her elections. The money, incidentally, was collected from about 30, 35 Muslims. Some of them actually were terrorists that went to jail. Now, all these various Muslims, they live in different states, even as far down as Nevada. From Nevada, New York, Florida, and Washington. So, my question is, if these people live so far away at great distances, how did she collect all that money on the same day on 9/11? So the answer is this was pre-planned. This money was collected from one person, was mailed to one person, and that person came in person on 9/11 and delivered it to her. So what does that mean? In my opinion, that means that these people knew prior to 9/11 that this was going to happen, that the planes were going to strike and kill people. So one of the terrorists who donated to Cynthia McKinney on 9/11, 2001, was Abdul Raham Alamodi. He was a care director. He is serving 23 years in a federal prison for plotting terrorism. He was one of Al-Qaeda's top fundraisers in America, and that's according to the U.S. Treasury Department. And he was arrested and convicted in the bizarre Libyan intelligence Al-Qaeda assassination plot to kill the Saudi prince. Al-Mahdi was caught on tape saying that bin Laden did not kill enough people in the African embassy bombing. Another prominent terrorist was Sami al-Arian, who a federal judge called a master manipulator. He pled guilty to one count of conspiracy to make or receive contributions of funds, goods, or services to or for the benefit of Palestinian Islamic Jihad, a specialty designated terrorist. He received 57 months in prison, and he was also deported after serving his prison term. But it goes much more deeper than that, because in 2000, as the conspirators were working on their plan, Cynthia McKinney received her funds, more money, on April 17th, 2000. She received funds from just 3 terrorists. The other people didn't support her in 2000. That's Sami El-Arian, Ali Abu Zakok, and that same terrorist, Abdurraham Alamodi. So these 3 characters all together gave her the money on the same day, which was April 17th, 2000. Now, during that period was the time when Muhammad Atta and his group were organizing their 9/11 plot. On February 19th, Sami El-Arian incorporates the Baraka Group in Florida. Muhammad Atta emails 31 different U.S. flight schools, March 2000. Somebody by the name of Ali wires first of 4 tranches of funds to 9/11 terrorists into the USA. That's April 16th, 2000. And April 17th, McKinney gets her 3 donations. On May 18th, Muhammad Atta receives a visa to America. Atta enters the USA June 3rd, 2000. September 11th, 2001, the planes are hijacked and are crashed. And then Samuel Arian, he closes his Baraka Group Corporation. That's on September 28th, 2001. Here is a screenshot from the FEC filings for Cynthia Mckinney. I filtered payments from Al-Lamudi, as well as another person called Mohammed Omish. Now, these people were actually business partners who shared the same office. In a book called Muslim Mafia Inside the Secret Underworld That's Conspiring to Islamize America by David Gabouts and Paul Sperry, the authors write, Omish office right next door to convicted Al-Qaeda financier Al-Amodi in a nondescript professional building in Alexandria, Virginia. His brother Mohammed Omish, that's the person who funded Mckinney, and Al-Amodi were partners. The two shared the same office. As a board member of 9/11 Mosque Dar al-Hijra, Essam Omish personally hired the Imam Anwar Aluki, who helped some of the Saudi hijackers prepare for their martyrdom attack on the Pentagon. The $5 million mosque was built with financial help from the Islamic Affairs Department of the Saudi Embassy in Washington. According to the court records first revealed in the 2005 book Infiltration, Omish put up his home as bond collateral to help spring from jail terrorist suspect El Barassi after he was arrested, allegedly casing the Chesapeake Bridge for an attack. So all these people are intertangled, or all connected, and they're very suspicious people. And all of them have made payments to Cynthia Mckinney. What I also found is that these two people, Omish and Al-Amodi, were both sued in a civil case called Burnett versus Al-Baraka Investment and Development. That case was brought by a Thomas Burnett Sr., whose son died in the World Trade Center bombings, and other families as well, against the defendants, Baraka Investment and Development Corporation, and other defendants, hundreds of them, included were Mohammed Omish and Abdiraham Al-Amodi. As I see it, the ringleaders are Sami Al-Arian and Abdurrahman Al-Amodi. I think that Abdurrahman Al-Amodi, who lives in Virginia, in Alexandria, Virginia, he met with Mckinney April 17th, 2000. He delivered 3 checks to her. In other words, the other 2 mailed him the checks. He took those 3 checks, delivered it to her, had a meeting. I could only guess what they discussed. Then comes 9/11. All the money is ready to deliver. All the checks were mailed to Al-Amodi. He meets with Mckinney. He delivers the checks and they speak whatever. I'm not going to come to any conclusions what was discussed, but certainly they wanted that money right away. Why they wanted that money right away, I could only guess that Cynthia wanted that money that day, because otherwise what would be the rush? So it comes in a few days later. I mean, if it was me, if I was a congresswoman, I would tell Alamodi, look, today's not the day to come and meet you. It's 9/11. People are killed and being killed. Let's postpone this. Let's have it on another day. See you later. Immediately after 9/11, Miss Mckinney started to accuse George Bush of knowing what occurred and things like that. So she immediately started to lay smoke for the Islamists. And that's why that money came in my opinion, on 9/11. Now, in my humble opinion, Al Moody was involved with this uh, bombing, and his part was to collect the funds and have it ready for 9/11. Now, as far as what Miss McKinney knew, I can't say one way or another. If she was informed, that wouldn't be correct. However, I do know that what she did on 9/11, meeting some Muslim to collect money for her election, that was not a decent thing to do. That was an un-American thing to do. Because she wasn't in her office at the time. They cleared the offices in the morning. So she went home, discussed with this man, Al Moody, about the funds. He drove over from Virginia to meet McKinney in Washington, D.C. They probably had a lunch or a late lunch or a dinner, and they discussed how they're going to protect the Muslim community and the Islamists.